A warm welcome to Smt.R.S.Kalaria YouTube channel. Okay students, today in grade 6 we are going to learn chapter number 8, body movements, NCERT syllabus. Okay, now body movements. If you are sitting at a fixed place, can you say that any movement is there in your body? You will say no, but answer is yes, because when you are sitting, your eyes are blinking. Even sometimes there is a minor movement in your hands. Okay, so all the kind of movements which occurs in the body comes in the body movements. But here we are going to learn that how this movement is possible. Yes, if you have a bench or a chair, there is no movement unless and until you move to it. But your eyes are blinking by itself naturally, isn't it? Okay. Now the movement of the human and all the animals are different, isn't it? Yes, we human beings walk. Normally for the movement we walk. But what about the snakes? They slither, isn't it? And what about the fish? They swim. So the different kind of movements are observed in the different animals. Okay, now you know that fish also swim, dolphin can also jump, even we can also jump. So different movements are observed in different animals for their movement. Now how these movements are possible? Yes, there are different kind of joints in our body. Now what is a joint? Let us see what is a joint. Joints are the points where two bones meet, isn't it? You are aware of the bones. There are 206 bones in a normal human being. But when a person gets birth, it has 300 bones. Later on the bones get merged and finally it has mostly 206 bones. So where two bones are meeting, that place or that point is known as a joint. So joints are the points where two bones meet and help in the easy movement of the body. Isn't it? Easy movement. Yes. If I want to see the front side, I can easily see. But if I want to see the back side, I have to turn back. The head will not turn by itself, isn't it? My whole body has to turn back side. So different parts are moving differently. Yes, head can bend forward, but it cannot bend the backward totally, isn't it? Even our hands, yes, it can move this way only, front side. Back side, if you want to move, it is not possible. From knee, it can be, knee and elbow. Yes, it will bend forward only, isn't it? In the same way, our body, yes, it can easily bend front side till the land. But if you want to move the back side, if you want to bend back side, it is not possible. So why different kind of joints have a different movement, that we will see one by one each. Now which are the different kind of joints? Let us see. So you are clear what is the joint? Where two bones meet. A point where two bones meet is a joint. Now which are the different kind of joint? Let us see. Some of the joints that can move are, first is ball and socket joints, isn't it? Ball and socket joint. Second, we have seen pivotal joint. Third one is hinge joints and fixed joints. These are the some of the joints that we are going to learn in this chapter. Now you have observed the cricketer bowling, isn't it? Bowling you have seen. So our hand is moving in the full 360-degree angle, isn't it? So such kind of joint is known as ball and socket joint, isn't it? It can rotate at the 360 degree fully. Our head cannot rotate if the 360, it can move only 180 degree, front, this much back, left and right, but our hand can move fully. So it is known as type of joint it contains is a ball and socket joints. Okay. Again I will like to explain you about the joints, that if you tie a scale in your hand, isn't it? If you tie a scale in your hand and tie with the thread, isn't it? Now you try to bend your hand. Okay students, is it possible? No, it is not possible. So we cannot bend it. Only your hand bends due to joint present in the elbow. So you are clear, isn't it? I have already explained you about ball and socket joints, that it gives the movement of 360 degree. Now let us learn about the pivotal joint. What do you mean by pivotal joint? Yes, it is located in our head. Yes, it can move front side, back side, left and right. Such kind of joint is known as a pivotal joint. Means it can give a rotation of only 180 degree, not 360. So are you clear with the pivotal joint? Yes, it is present in the neck. Clear? Okay. Now hinge joints. Yes, you all have observed the doors. Nowadays we also have a kind of door that either it can be open in the inside or outside. But a door are mostly open outside and inside, both the side. Such kind of things is known as a hinge. Okay. So hinge joint means which can move front side and back side. Are you clear with the hinge joints? Yes. Knee, elbow joints, these all are the examples of hinge joint. Clear? Okay. Means which can move for backward and forward. Now fixed joints. Yes, fixed joints means which you cannot move only from there a body part, isn't it? You cannot move your body part. Such kind of joints are known as a fixed joints. Now are you aware of the skeleton? Yes, our human body is made from a skeleton, bones. A framework of bones is known as a skeleton. Then outer covering is given by your muscles, bloods and many other things, and finally it is covered by the skin, isn't it? Okay. Now X-ray. What is the X-ray? Yes, X-ray is helps in the identification of shape, size and injury present in the bones. Yes, it can see only the injury in the bones, that what is the defect or what is the shape of the bones, that can be also identified with the help of X-ray. But with the help of X-ray you cannot come to know that how much amount of blood is present, or what is the amount of blood, or what is other injury. But if there is injury in the bone, then it can be easily identified with the help of X-ray. If there is any outer injury in your body, for example, when you fell down there is a bleeding, isn't it? So you can see the injury. But when the bone is break from the inside, it is not able to see. At that time X-ray helps a lot. From that you will able to come to know what kind of injury is there, and accordingly you can have a treatment and cure from it, isn't it? So it will help to heal the injury easily. So such place X-ray is very much helpful. So now you will come to know that for what purpose is the X-ray. It will not show all the parts inside your body, but it will show only the bones, especially bones inside your body. So joints are the points where two bones meet. Yes, okay. You observe your lower jaw and upper jaw, isn't it? Upper jaw movement is not that much possible. Such kind of joint is known as a fixed joint. So have you got it, the fixed joint? Okay. Now feel your palm, isn't it? Feel your palm. There are many bones present in it. So our wrist is made up of many smaller bones. Yes, our wrist, our palm, it is made up of many several bones, isn't it? And such kind of bones are known as carpels. Okay, in chapter number 7 also you have learned about the carpel, but that is present in the plant. Here carpel means a set of bones, a set of small bones present at the different parts of our body. So such kind of set of bones is known as carpels. Okay, now pelvic bones. What do you mean by the pelvic bones? You have learned about the joints, isn't it? Now carpels means a set of smaller bones. And what do you mean by pelvic bones? Pelvic bones means the set of bones that enclose the lower portion of the human body. Yes, means how we can see it. It is possible due to pelvic bone only, because pelvic bone is present in the hip. It means near the base of the spine to which legs are attached. Due to pelvic bones only we can sit properly, isn't it? Okay. Now rib cage. Yes, you have learned that skeleton. Our human body is made from a skeleton, a framework of a bones, isn't it? That is a skeleton. Now rib cage is a part of it. What is a rib cage? It is the box-like structure which joins the chest and backbone. Yes, a backbone and chest which is joined, and the structure which is formed, it is known as a rib cage. So it is a box-like structure. Now what is the function of rib cage? Yes, how the rib cage is useful? It protects a very important organ of our body. Which are that important organ? That is lungs and heart. So rib cage protects our heart and lung. So when we fell down or when we strike with any object, there is no effect in our body, because our lungs and heart, which is the delicate organ, isn't it? Very delicate organ and very important organ. It is protected by the rib cage, a strong outer covering it gives to the lungs and heart. So that is the function of rib cage, means it protects the lungs and. Okay, so in rib cage there are 12 ribs on each side of chest. 12 pairs of ribs on each side of chest. So there are total 24 ribs, isn't it? Now, which is the smallest bone in our body? A smallest bone in our body is stap. It is located in the ear. Okay. Now, shoulder bones. Two important bones are located on the back side, and that are known as shoulder bones. So you are clear with the shoulder bones also. We have learned the pelvic bones. We have also learned the carpels. Carpels are the smaller bones presenting in the wrist and palms and in other parts. Pelvic bones, it is a set of bones that enclose the lower portion of the human body. Due to pelvic bone only a person can sit properly. Okay. Now rib cage. You are also clear with the rib cage. It is a box-like structure which protects the lungs and heart. And how many pairs are there in the rib cage? 12 pair of ribs on each side of chest, and smaller bone in our body is a step. Now the two major bones, important bones present on the upper side of the back, that is known as the shoulder bone. Backbone, several bones of vertebra which is extending from skull to the pelvis, that is known as a backbone. So there are 33 vertebra in the backbone. How many? 33 vertebrae in the backbone. Backbone is a series of vertebrae extending from skull to the pelvis, and there are 33 vertebrae in the backbone. Okay students, now we will learn about different things. Okay, so different word. Cartilage. What is a cartilage? It is a flexible connective tissue which is present between the joints. You have learned about the joints. You are thorough with the joints, isn't it? Now we will learn about something about the cartilage. Now touch your ear, isn't it? Earlobe and upper part of ear. You will find upper part little bit harder than the earlobe, isn't it? But it is not also as a bones. So neither it is too soft, neither it is too hard. So that is a cartilage. So you have feel the cartilage also. What is the cartilage? It is a connective tissue and flexible. Yes, you can easily move with your hand, isn't it? You can easily move with your hands. But if you want to bend your hand from this portion, it is not possible, because no joint is present over here, neither no cartilage is there. Okay, now skeleton. Skeleton is made up of bones, joints and cartilage. You have learned about the skeleton. How many bones are present in our body? 206. And skeleton, it is made up of many bones, joints and cartilage. Now muscles. You are aware with the bones. But how the bones move? Without the help of muscles, it is not possible for any movement in the body. So what are the muscles? Muscles are the tissues in the body which can tighten and also relax to produce movement, isn't it? Now make your hand in this position. You will feel this part is swollen, isn't it? Why it is swollen? Because due to muscles. Yes, boys are fan of the heroes. They have shown that how the muscles are there. Okay, now muscles always work in pair. There is a contraction and relaxation. In that way only muscles can work. It cannot work single. It will always work in pairs. And it can only pull. Yes, muscle can only pull, but it cannot push. Muscles can never push. It can only pull. So muscles are the tissues in the body which can tighten and relax to produce movement. In that way, due to contraction and relaxation, the part of the body can move. So now you are clear with the bones, joints and muscles in the body. Now all the creatures in the world doesn't have a same kind of movement. Okay, all doesn't have bones, all doesn't have muscles and so on. Let us see the movement in the different animal, how it is done. Gait of animals. Gait, G-A-I-T, gait of animals means the style of walking, pattern of walking in the animals. How it is, that we will see for the different example, and how it is done, that we will see just now. Okay, so different patterns of movement in animals, that is a gait of animals, means the style of walking, isn't it? Now let us see first earthworm. Earthworm is made up of many rings which are joined end to end. Then it has no bones. In earthworm, no bones are present. Its body secretes a slimy substance. Okay. Now how the movement in earthworm is possible? It first moves the front part of a body and fixes the rear end of the body. Then it relaxes the front part and moves the rear end of the body, and that is stick to the soil, and that way it can easily move in the ground. Its body secretes a slimy substance, so it sticks to the ground and it moves very slowly. It has a large number of bristles, means it has a large number of tiny hairs, due to which easily movement is possible and it helps it a lot. It throws away undigested part of the material, which makes soil more useful for the plant. It eats also from the soil, and it also throws the undigested part in the soil back. So such kind of soil is very much useful to the plants. So also earthworm is known as the friend of a farmer. So you have understood about the movement of earthworm. It has a many rings and it has no bones. It secretes a slimy substance, due to that it sticks on the ground, isn't it? And it is also known as the friend of a farmer because it throws the undigested food material from its body, which makes the soil more useful for the plants. Now we will learn about the other creature. Okay, now let us see the kind of movement in a snail. Snail means a gokad. In Gujarati it is known as gokad. Which kind of movement is there? It is a very slow movement. What is the structure of snail? Snail have an outer hard skeleton called shell. Shell is not made up of bones, isn't it? It is not made up of bones, and it is also not helping in the movement. It is only outer hard skeleton. Clear? Now snails have a thick muscles which help in their wavy movement. That thick like structure is known as a foot, and it helps in the wavy movement. It doesn't move in a exactly straight line. It doesn't move. It moves in a wavy movement. So snails movement is very slow, and its outer hard skeleton is called a shell, which is not made up of bones, and it also not helps in the movement of the body. Clear? Now let us see the structure of cockroach. Cockroach also have a hard skeleton. Yes, its skeleton is hard. Cockroach has 3 pair of legs. 3 pair of legs means totally cockroach has 6 legs. We have 2 legs, but cockroach has 6 legs, and also 2 pair of wings. Yes, it can also walk and it can also fly. 2 pair of wings means totally 4, isn't it? It has a distinctive muscles that help in walking and flying. So cockroach also walk and it also fly, but it cannot fly in the sky. It will fly to the certain extent only, okay, at your room level only, not higher than that. So cockroach has a hard skeleton, 3 pair of legs and 2 pair of wings. It can also walk and also fly. Okay, now let us see the movement and a structure in the birds. Yes, students, birds can fly. Even we like to fly, but it is not possible for us, isn't it? Because we doesn't have wings. Okay. Now birds fly in the air, walk on the ground, and some even swim in the water. They have all the 3 features, isn't it? They can walk, they can swim, and they can even fly. Now hind limbs of birds are suited for perching and walking. Perching means eating, speaking, okay. So that hind limbs are suited for perching and walking in birds. Now, forelimbs. Forelimbs are modified into the wings. So, hind limbs are for the perching and walking, while forelimbs are modified into the wings so that birds can fly easily. Even the breastbones are modified to hold the muscles. So, such structure in the birds help the birds to fly in the sky. So, they have also legs, so they can even walk in the ground, walk on the ground, and also some can swim in the water. Now, let us see the structure of a fish. Yes, you know very well that fish cannot walk, neither it can fly. Let us see what is that. In a fish, fin help in the balance, movement and changing of direction. Yes, the special feature present in the fish are the fins. Due to fins only it can easily swim in the water. It can also change the direction and movement is possible in the fish. Now, the skeleton in a fish is covered with strong muscles. So, its skeleton is covered with strong muscles. The head and a tail are smaller than the middle portion, and such shape is called streamline. Yes, means front part is small, even the back part is small, but middle part is broad, isn't it? Such kind of structure is known as a streamline structure, which helps the fish to move in the water very easily. Due to such structure, it can move very fast in the water. Okay, now we will see the movement in the snake and what is the structure. Okay, snakes move by looping and releasing. Yes, you might have observed the snake, it is a loop. The curve when it is moved, that is known as a loop. As the number of loop increases, the speed of movement also increases. So, if the snake has a more number of loops, it can move very fast. Less number of loop means it decreases the speed of movement. Even it has a long backbone and many thin muscles. Yes, snake has a long backbone and a very thin muscles. So, such kind of structure, it helps to move the snake. It neither walk, it neither fly nor swim, but it slither. Okay, we can also put in the category that moving with the help of stomach. It moves in the slithering way. Okay, so that is the snake. Now we have seen that different kind of movements are there in the different animals and also birds and a human being. Some walk, some fly, some swim. So such kind of different movements are due to their structure present in the body. The fish has a very good streamline structure and fins, so it can swim very easily. We doesn't have a fins nor we have a streamline structure, isn't it? Okay, we have a very good leg, so we can also run, we can walk. But some birds can also fly, they can also swim, they can also walk because they have a very good leg. And you have also learned that the cockroach, yes, cockroach has a 3 pair of legs and 2 pair of wings. So it can also walk and fly. So one by one, if you will learn carefully, you will understand how the movement is possible in the different creatures in this world. So this is the end of the chapter. Hope you have enjoyed. But as you will revise twice and more than again and again, then it will be very easy for you to remember. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.